Hello and welcome back to Belonging Songs, your weekly podcast that brings you a brand new original song each episode, then talks about the theme of that song and the processes that went into writing and recording it. Sometimes the revisions we make along the way. Not today. Maybe. We'll see. I'm your host, Wade Dana. With me as always, my good friends, Patrick Crane. I thought you were doing karate at first, and then it turned into something else. And Brad Maurer.
I'm normal. Hi.
All right, we're in studio again today, and it's good to have you guys back.
Awesome to be back.
Yeah, this feels right.
Long time coming.
Long time
This
coming.
feels as right as it's ever going to feel.
I guess that's something.
Right. Right as rain.
Feels so right.
Yes, so today, Brad and I both had joint niece and nephew birthday parties.
Yes.
But they were different parties.
Different parties. Yeah, we weren't at the same niece-nephew party.
No, because we don't have the
Was
same
Andrew
niece and
WK
nephew.
at either one of the parties?
No.
Singing
No.
about parties?
Not mine.
Therein lies the issue.
Yeah.
Mine was a pool party, so I spent the day throwing kids around in the water, which was pretty fun.
You did a cannonball.
I did a cannonball, went down the slide, got squirted in the face a bunch, and I was king of the pineapple raft.
That was
So
a big
nobody
day.
could get me off, yeah.
That was a big day.
Ooh. Never mind, we'll just move along.
Right on. So, ingredient songs.
Yeah. We've
Awesome.
talked about it in the past.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do a recap. Brad, tell us how this went.
This went, why did we dive into my memory?
Episode 25, Darkening Trends, got
yeah, about-
sidetracked
How the hell
by...
did... Oh, you were looking at the board. I was
Yeah, I
going
was
to be
gonna
like,
say,
how did you
yeah.
pull that episode?
About 14 minutes and 38 seconds in.
You did some David Blaine shit there. Look on your back. Look on your back. There's a tattoo. Is it 25? Is it 25? I'm going to go sit in a block of ice
So
for a month.
episode 25, yeah, we got off on a tangent, about a 15-minute tangent. Ended up pulling ingredients out of hats.
It came about because you were stuck.
Yeah,
You said you were
I had
having...
writer's
Okay,
block.
so what? Writer's block.
Yeah, I still sort of do a little bit.
So this didn't work
But
for
no,
you.
it started, but I,
Listeners, we're doing my ingredient song today. by
yeah,
the way.
yeah, newsflash. I started it. I'm close. I just haven't had time to mess with it. So I'm working on it, but it will work.
So what we did was...
Yeah, thanks for answering my question,
yeah,
Wade.
yeah, okay. Yeah. I'll just take the reins here. So we got the idea to do what we're calling ingredient songs. We picked a few different categories, like tempo, like theme,
Household instrument.
a household instrument to use. We tore these up and put them in a cup. So for theme, there were, a bunch of different topics, and then we would draw them out. Each person got different ingredients. Those were the ingredients for the song. My theme was Trailblazin'. That's what this song is called. I had to use a cardboard box, and it had to be sad.
Tempo change? No tempo change?
Mine was tempo change, and the tempo was 75
All right.
beats per minute. So you guys have been working on yours?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Patrick?
mine's an
thanks for coming.
acoustic jam.
You had a ball. Was your ingredient.
I have a ball is my household instrument. My theme is chemistry. 90 beats per minute.
You should just record yourself blowing shit up in the kitchen. We would accept that.
Absolutely.
Make a volcano.
Song's a very loose term.
Make it like a Wolf Eyes-ish track.
Yeah. I was going to say, I've
Put some
heard Metal
chains-
Machine
Put
music.
some chains in a wheelbarrow and just wiggle it.
That's not chemistry, bro. You got to melt those chains down.
Well, whatever.
I'm trying to remember what else. No tempo change for my song, I don't think. And
Brad had to write a happy song about bullies, so
Yeah.
I'm
It's
Looking forward to that
it's
one.
tentatively titled Bathtub Bullies.
okay.
So
Yeah,
I'm working
'cause
on
your
that.
special
That was my
instrument was a
instrument. Yeah,
bathtub.
that's not what it'll be called. I'm
yeah,
still,
well, when we get it, it will be called
well,
Bathtub.
Yeah. Parentheses, Bathtub Bullies 2020.
Bathtub bully belly buttons.
Right.
Bathtub Squidbillies.
So yeah, I had a tempo change. I was at 135. It was a happy song about bullies using a bathtub. So that was a little challenging, but I got
135 is like a happy speed metal song.
yeah.
So I got 75 beats per minute, and that's super slow.
It's slow.
And if you were going to grade my song based on the ingredients, well, let me just say this. My recipe is not going to taste perfect. Okay?
Loose interpretation.
So
The McRib is kind of rib.
full disclosure,
Yes, there you go.
Shaped
I
like
threw
one.
my temple
called-
ingredients out and substituted for my own. Sorry, guys.
Oh, wait. So
Oh,
you
we're
can
allowed
just,
to do that.
So you can just take the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can wipe your ass with the rules and
Basically.
do whatever you want.
And
Well,
I'll-
that'll change my process. Wade,
So I
been
wrote this
stuck
song
over here.
on guitar.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Me neither.
Well, you guys aren't finished with your damn songs.
Well, had I
anyways.
known
Well,
we
yeah,
could not
that
do
helps
the rules.
cure writer's block.
Right.
Hey, I wasn't the one having writer's
You know
block,
what?
by the way.
135 is a little fast. Why don't I just slow it the fuck down to 120?
Theme's country. Mine's about
Yeah.
sharks.
Notice how Brad defaulted to 120.
Oh, yeah. It's I can write there.
Yeah, so I wrote this song on guitar, and I really wanted to use it for this. It's an acoustic guitar, which I never use, and I was like, well, I got to write a song about trailblazing, which I never would do either.
No.
But that was tough, like trying to,
Interpret.
yeah. Just use the trailblazing.
Aren't
thing.
you the one who came up with the trailblazing
And I did.
theme?
And it's funny if you listen back to that episode, like you threw out chemistry as a suggestion, you got it, and I said trailblazing, then I got that.
I threw out bullies and got it.
Well, I think
Oh, Patrick
did,
threw out
but you were
bullies.
like,
You're
I already
right,
have a song kind of going about
right.
that,
I did.
So
Yeah. Sorry.
that was fortuitous. But yeah, so I came up with this guitar part that I really liked and really wanted to use. And I tried playing it at 75. And I mean, it would have put us all to sleep.
You could
I mean,
have double timed it.
Yeah, I guess. But it ended up being 95. So, like I said, you can mark me down for that.
It's minus
And-
20 points
yeah.
by my math.
That's okay. So I
I mean,
probably won't win the ingredient song. This isn't a competition.
I think
But,
I think tempo was 50% of your grade.
okay, shit.
So
Did we develop a rubric?
I might not move on to the next episode.
right. Let's. I'm anxious to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really
was-
excited.
you-
I'm trying to. I had some things to tell you guys before we got started. And
Well,
I
you
kinda
mentioned
forgot.
a while ago. Like I remember, I don't know if you posted something on Instagram or you did something where you were working with an acoustic guitar, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what's going on there? Like you don't do that a ton.
No, and I mean, if you're going to write a song about trailblazing,
Yeah.
Kids got a fucking trailblaze.
you
Right.
pretty much got to have an acoustic guitar, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, you either get that or you get a lap
You
steel.
can't plug in on the trail.
Yeah.
I can also tell you that this song is mixed,
Okay.
and I'll tell you why. I've mentioned in the past I want to bring a demo song. This is a special type of thing in the first place, so I haven't shared the lyrics with you guys because I kind of want it to be a surprise. Because, like I said, trailblazing.
What do you do with that?
Right, I wasn't going to just write a song about that in the first
Right,
place.
about
so-
Clyde Drexler or
So
the
I think
Portland
it's-
Trailblazers.
Right. I think it's fun to keep those secret for this. But the reason this song is so far along and actually mixed is because I did not like it for most of the time that I was working on it. You could say I had a real bratitude about it.
So you have no respect.
No, because then
Basically.
you just wouldn't have cared about it.
No, but it's probably great, right?
So it didn't start coming together until I did start mixing it. And then I was like, okay, I think I've gotten something. Because for a while I was like, maybe
Throw
I
it
have to
away.
start over, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. So yeah, that's why it's so far along. I'm not opposed to making changes. And we never talked about how we're going to do these. If these are going to be songs we do changes for, if it's just like
it's
thing
going to
to
be
get out.
it's going to be something in your repertoire.
Yeah,
So I think if changes are required, changes
Yeah.
can be suggested and whatever. It's still going to be a song somebody's going to listen to. You want it to be the best it can be.
Right.
Brad, did you hear? It's mixed.
Right. So that means Wade says it's done, which means go fuck yourself.
BS, it's already on the internet. You can already go find it. No, it's
That's the same reason I'm stuck on mine
Mm-hmm.
is I don't like necessarily what it's doing, but I want to challenge myself to muscle through that
Yeah.
and see if I can get it to the place where you took this. That's kind of why I'm where I'm at also,
Mm-hmm.
because, everything's really forced. And I've talked about that in the past. Like I have a hard time with forced because
Yeah.
it's feeling for me and I'm trying to,
which is interesting because this was an exercise to kind of get us out of that.
yeah, but
Then
it's
it kind of
more
also pigeonholed
challenging.
us into
Yeah.
it. But
What's
if
fu-
you just throw out a couple of the ingredients,
Yeah.
you're
Well,
freed of that.
Now I know the rules. I'll be
What's
all
funny
right.
is mine started as an electric song, as most of my things do, and then I spontaneously switched
I think
to an
I could
acoustic
have.
guitar.
I think I could have not even told you guys about that, and you wouldn't have even known.
Oh, I could pick up 75
pretty
V95
slow
all day
still.
long. No, I think that's the template. You can go outside of the template a little bit
Like
if
we
it makes
said with
the
the
song
theme,
better.
it was just like a jumping off
Yes,
point. Mine ended up just being called that,
yeah.
which I didn't really plan on, but it just happened. So
Right.
the song's called Trailblazin'.
I'm trailblazing.
And I basically wrote a story with this song. So
All right, I want to listen to it.
Yeah, I
Let's
hear this
listen.
story.
Patrick, do you want to listen to it, or are you going to go upstairs?
Doesn't matter.
Well, just
Doesn't
go to the
matter
internet
anymore.
and find it. It's on
I-
YouTube under the Real Podcast.
And I finished this yesterday.
Awesome.
So let's give it a listen. It's unmuted. Oh, before I go into it here, my wife listened to this earlier, and there's a part where the song gets considerably louder than the rest of it, and it scared her. So don't turn your headphones up too loud.
Okay.
Huh.
So you're saying she got scared?
She did not appreciate
The shock
yeah.
factor.
So that might be something that needs to be addressed. We'll see how you guys
Let's take a listen.
hear it. I've been walking through the ruins of this world that was wasted for some years and who knows how many days. I haven't seen another person in a long time. The ones I knew have long since faded away. I'm all alone, with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. I'm trailblazing. And I don't know where I'm going, but I'll get there. And since no one's waiting, I guess I won't be late. I'm all alone, with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. So many tears for so many friends. Each step is farther from the last time I'd see them again. I've been walking through the ruins of this world that was wasted for some years and who knows how many days. I haven't seen another person in a long time. The ones I knew have long since met their fate. I'm all alone, with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. So many tears for so many friends, killed by the hubris and heartless thought of lesser men. Killed by the hubris and heartless thought of lesser men. But now they are all dead. I tracked and hunted them down. And again. I'm trailblazing. I haven't been in the room with you guys in a long time to listen to a new song. I was so nervous, my heart, and like I got butterflies and
Butterflies.
yeah.
How the fuck did you not like this song? This is amazing.
I don't.
I got actual. This is a fucking great song. Holy shit.
I think because it's so different.
Holy fuck. It's so good. I'm gonna say the same thing over and over. Wade, this is
I will say this is by far the best song you've ever written and
Really?
recorded.
I absolutely agree. I'm listening to this as we go, and I'm like, this guitar riff is incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Like just at a professional level as far as construct, hook, clarity. You play it perfectly. The chorus, pre-chorus, whatever you want to call it, if you just want to call Trailblazing the chorus. God damn. I'm like exasperated over how much I like this song.
Awesome.
I with me, it doesn't happen to me a lot, but the way it made me feel, and I could obviously listen to the lyrics in clarity.
Mm-hmm.
I understood the song as it was going along, and I was with the character on the entire ride, from him walking in and tuning the guitar.
Did you like that part?
I loved that part.
Yeah.
And like it literally, like, had it gone on another minute, I probably would have like tracks running down my face. Like it made
crying,
me
you crying.
yeah. It made me feel like so vulnerable and excited, and like the songwriting. Let's just talk about that for a second. Like the formula that this song uses and how you tell the story is just so. It's masterful. It's so good.
That's the right word. It's
educated. It's something like I could imagine this song being like, and don't take this the wrong way, but like being one that somebody picks on American Idol to sing.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a good way. Like it's just so it's just so well put together and presented.
I got really nervous for the loud part.
I was nervous through the whole thing.
Because I saw
Patrick pointed to it on the screen.
Yeah,
you can see it on the waveform.
Yeah, we can
on the
watch
waveform,
it
it gets giant. And when it first comes in, I'm like, oh, he's going to fucking go off the rails with this. Like, I was loving it so much, and it's going to turn into something I don't want. Then, like, 5 seconds into that, I'm like, this is exactly how I want this song. It might be, you might want to
tone it down just
so?
a little bit.
Like just volume-wise?
Yeah, just volume-wise.
Yeah. It's a little too bold. But the part and the dynamics of what you're doing there with all of the like the background singing and the lead parts and the heavier guitar and where that went, it's awesome. Like it needs to be there.
That made me shudder.
Right, and bringing it back down is perfect.
This was your fucking ingredient song. God damn.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm not bringing mine.
Mine's going back to the drawing board. We're throwing out an ingredient or two. Apparently, is the secret sauce. But no, this
tweak
is
the recipe.
Yeah, but this is a great. I don't know how you ever didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'd be curious to know what stage that was, because I don't know how you built it.
I wasn't into it until I started mixing it, and I don't know.
How did you even write that riff? That is the most un-Wade-like riff
on the acoustic guitar?
Yeah.
So we can talk. Let's get technical.
No. I'm not done.
Okay, we're talking about songwriting.
Yep.
I wanted a song, and I've always wanted this. And I've heard artists who are especially good at this type of guitar playing, and it always has this quality of just picking up the guitar and doing this like walking type of riff. In like Leslie Feist does it really good, and E from Eels, Mark Oliver Everett does it really good. And I've always wanted a song like that, or just to like be able to pick up an acoustic guitar and kind of play this thing that just already sounds familiar and put together. And I don't feel like I've done that, but I worked on this riff and I got that, and I felt like, wow, something clicked. I was like, that's what I want. That's what I've been after. And
the Eel's a good example of that. It also has a little bit of a Mountain Goats kind of vibe if you've listened to much of their stuff, but they do a lot of walkie type acoustic things. And I want to talk about the one line that I thought was like the perfect Western loner trailblazing attitude. Since no one's waiting, I know I won't be late. I love that lyric. Like
I kept questioning myself. I really like that lyric, but then I was like, did I steal this? I'm sure somebody's done it.
Yeah.
And I can't recall if I've heard it, but
you can't tackle that.
Limp Bizkit. Limp Bizkit did it.
You can't worry about that.
Yeah.
If it's an if it comes to you originally, then it's an influence at most.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think
but
you
it
took
just
it.
fit
But
the story so well.
I mean, I did hear the bad to the bone in the background.
Yeah,
it's
a great line. Like that is
guitar.
That's funny. The same thing with me. I was like, that's so great because it's like I was so with this guy. You know, like I was so with him.
Would you say it was visual? Would you say there's a lot of imagery?
Yeah, and it started with the beginning.
Yeah.
You know,
was that the box? Was the hoof prints the box, or was that?
No, we'll get to the box, but tell me your thoughts.
What's in the box?
On the beginning.
What's in a box?
You're talking about visuals, and I'm curious if I did hit the target with that beginning. So, like, you pictured
No, it's
somebody
garbage.
walking?
I didn't like the song. I think I said that.
No. That's
boots. That's boots and dirt is what that is.
No, but yeah, it had to, like, it's a song that you don't have to get drawn into, but it's like the stage presence of the song requires that beginning. You know, so I really like the fact that it gets me into, okay, so this is this kind of mood, and the way the guitar was recorded, whether it was applied to reverb or it was the room or whatever, it's a guy sitting on a stump almost, playing this thing, and
it's it's that guy like takes a sigh and he's like, I'm just gonna fucking let this out.
So I was hoping to get like a guy just walking and finds a guitar on the side of the road, dusts it off, tunes it up, and then
that's exactly kind of the feeling I got, or I had it like kind of attached to his backpack or something, and he just pulls it out and goes, oh yeah.
Because you hear me, I do a little brush of the wood and blow it off a little bit. Cause
I think all of that is awesome. But I just think the song's so well executed on every step of the way. So like the way it was crafted, the way it was recorded, and the way it was performed are all, you hit every single mark. Like every single mark.
It's a really nice original song, but again, it harkens back to a lot of those bands that do things really, really well as far as that storytelling. Modest Mouse, it has a little bit of elements of oh my God, why can't I think of his name? Isaac Brock. Isaac Brock's kind of guitar style in there too, and it's kind of that same storytelling.
What I like about it is it didn't really refer me, when I was listening to it, like it didn't refer me to another artist.
Okay.
Like I didn't think about somebody else when I heard it. I kind of was just like, and I've told you this before, like your voice in that register, like I love that.
I was thinking about that while I was doing this, because you had mentioned that on Darkening Trends, I believe. So, and I mean, with that guitar groove, I knew it was going to be a softer song. So I really cranked the gain up on my mic. I used, if we want to get a little technical here, I cranked the gain up on my tube mic, one of those CB12 Avitones, and sung really softly. So you still got the volume in by doing that. This song has so much noise in the background on purpose. It's got that noise floor from the microphone. I added a lot of extra just ambient noise and
Did you do a bunch of compression
stuff
on here?
No, the mix is pretty minimal, but I did some effects that just gave me the sense of being outside in a large space. And you hear like what's almost an organ during the kind of chorusy parts. There is a synth in the part So Many Tears.
Yeah, I got that.
But in the part before that, there's like an ambient sound, and it's not a pad or a synth pad or anything. It's actually a reverb that I cranked way up.
Oh, cool.
And it plays off, I think, the vocals. So it's just happening in the background and filling that space. So we could talk about the box. I had to use a box in this. So, originally off the gate, I was like, well, I'll probably just, hit it with something and record it or do a and I wanted to do that, but the more I got into it, like I was putting the box thing off and off, and I was like, well, I don't really want to do that. I've got it kind of the percussion where I want it. So I started experimenting with recording things inside the box.
Yeah, good move.
So you see this box sitting over here of that Oralex box, some studio foam that I ordered. I had the box, and then there's a speaker sitting next to it. And I took some pictures, and I'll put these up on Instagram. So I ran an output out of my audio interface into the middle of the room here to a little speaker. And then I had an Omni microphone, an EV 635. An Omni microphone means it picks up in all directions. So, and then I put the box over top of that and let it record a drum loop. And then I also did the guitar track out and did that. And that's one thing I forgot to do because I was pressed for time, but I wanted to record those for you and show you the difference. And I think after we get done recording here, I'll go into the session and we'll listen to them. And maybe we can jump back in here or even bring them back in here and talk about that a little bit because I want you guys to hear what it sounded like. It was really cool. So I recorded a couple different versions of that. I had the microphone and the speaker inside the box, and I also had the track playing through the studio speakers. So it gave you like almost a delay and an ambient sound. And then I also took the speaker out and left the microphone under the box and put the speaker on top of the box pointing down, and that gave a totally different sound. So during the choruses on the guitar, I bring that in, panned super wide to each side in the mix, and it really lifts that up with you hear things described as being boxy. Well, there's a reason for that because you get a very mid-rangey sound kind of like, and
awesome.
it was really cool.
Yeah.
And I did that on a drum loop and the guitar and then brought them in and out of the song where I wanted it to lift up. So that's how I use my box.
I love that. That's a very creative way to not cop out on a... That makes up for your tempo bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I guess. Can we listen to this one more time?
I need to.
Yeah.
I'm first of all, I want to say how appreciative I am of your feedback and comments on that. Like, I'm blown away at how much you guys like this because I was worried about it. And like I said, I think because it's not my typical fare.
Yeah.
I'm blown away.
Yeah,
I really am. I was not expecting this.
Yeah, that's not required out of you.
Yeah.
You don't need to say thank you for liking what I did. Because
I think it's because finally Wade hasn't been shit on.
No, this is.
Yeah, I need to hear this.
I just think it's an incredible song. Standalone ingredients or not, like I'm thankful that we had that process to get you to it because otherwise it might have never been created. So like. Huge benefit to that, to understanding like, okay, sometimes you just have to do something completely different.
Right. Maybe I need to do more acoustic sounds.
But that's, or set parameters on yourself, right? Yeah. But that's I want to, let's drag that over.
I mean, I threw Slide in there because I wanted Patrick to like it.
Yeah. Well, now we know how we got him.
Yeah.
Hot lava.
Choo choo.
What is that? Oh, that's the thought train.
All right, so you guys want to listen to this again? Here we go.
I changed my mind.
I
I've been walking through the ruins of this world that was wasted for some years and who knows how many days. I haven't seen another person in a long time. The ones I knew have long since faded away. I'm all alone, with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. I'm trailblazing, and I don't know where I'm going, but I'll get there. And since no one's waiting, I guess I won't be late. I'm all alone, with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. So many tears for so many friends. Each step is farther from the last time I'd see them again. I've been walking through the ruins of this world that was wasted for some years and who knows how many days. I haven't seen another person in a long time. The ones I knew have long since met their fate. I'm all alone, with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. So many tears for so many friends, killed by the hubris and heartless thought of lesser men. Killed by the hubris and heartless thought of lesser men. But now they are all dead. I tracked and hunted them down. And now the world can start again. I'm trailblazing.
Got some different thoughts now. There's a lot you could work on.
This is a song that I'm just gonna,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have this on repeat in my car.
and I'm gonna like it probably more and more every time I hear it.
Yep.
And I don't know how that's possible that you wrote it.
Yeah, I don't either. Did you
No,
pay someone to write this for you?
It's such a good job, man.
Oh.
I fucking love
I
it.
didn't, but I did take a lot of cues from you, Brad, on this song, in that I tried to pay a lot of attention to just the feel of the things I was recording. So, like, that acoustic guitar is not perfect.
Right.
I just wanted to make sure it's a whole take all the way through. And like, if I messed it up in little spots here or there, it's like, I just got to leave that in because it's what I'm going for. You'll hear the slide, like the last slide is like, gets all kind of gnarly, but I'm like, well, it's fine. Like that's
You have to
you're out.
let it breathe.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
song needs to be just out there, like a guy alone. Doesn't matter.
The other thing I picked up on this time around is on the big part. So the end, the backing vocals stuck out to me a little bit as far as like how they leveled down and like that was really well done because it was just part of the song when I listened to it, and then I was kind of trying to focus on things this time, and I love those. And it seems like you might have done those different as well. They were in the back of all of it, so you couldn't really pick them out, but it seems like they sound different than how you normally do your backing vocals, but really good.
There's a long scream through that whole thing.
Oh,
That was really
that.
hard to do.
I love that scream, yeah.
It took me a while.
That's a
to
wear
get.
out.
Yeah.
That's a day ender.
And that was
is.
something, I mean, I wanted that tucked down to where you might not hear that every time, but it's
it
one
needed,
of those,
it's like had to be there because
like
it's
getting that out.
That's
the
that's the punctuation on that big part.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the outro? Is it too long?
Nope.
Okay.
You finally got the outro right.
Because it does go on longer. That's where I faded it out. I didn't want it
I like
to
that.
wear out.
I like it perfect.
Don't
I was going to ask you how did, on a technical end, one last thing, how did you record those intro sounds?
Okay, so the walking is actually something I got off a website called Free Sound.
Okay.
And I searched for boots
Grape
on
nuts.
gravel. And that's a great website and a resource that I've used for all like the little dings and crowd noise and stuff in our episodes. You just have to sign up, provide an email, and there's a whole catalog of sounds people record themselves and put on there. So that's a resource I've been using. I did go in and then pick some nice steps and chop those up and like
put them on rhythm,
link them to the drum groove so they're kind of in time with that as he walks out.
Yeah, I
so it just didn't sound like a mess. So
I mentioned that before. Like I like that kind of ambience that provides for a setup and the outro as far as closing it out as you're back, you sat down, you did your thing, and you're back on the trail.
In the
Theater
guitar
of the mind.
In the guitar, I just picked up with a mic here and just twiddled with it a little bit. But I also did put a plugin on there. What's the company that makes addictive drums?
XLN Audio.
XLN Audio. So they have a plugin called the RC20, I believe, and it gives you all sorts of weird noises, like tube noise, final scratch, and stuff. That walking intro had like some wind noise and stuff. So I used that plugin to match it with that guitar, and then left it on through the whole song. So there is ambient noise throughout the whole song of just like.
I think my favorite part of this song, the part that like I get the feels the most, is the pre-chorus.
Yeah, that's.
And I think the pre-chorus, what gets me, and I guess let me know, Patrick, if what you think is the same as me. It's the melody of the vocals. It's just like, it's not a way you normally sing.
No, it's so good
in that form, and it's just like we've talked about it before. Where if you were to play that on an instrument, it would have the exact same feeling, but there's weight with words, and so it just kind of amplifies the whole thing. It really takes it to a place that I love, and then you just tap trailblazing like there's a little gap. I fucking just love that part.
It'd be better with keytar, but other than that,
yeah. Well, you could probably do a whole keytar version.
I sent you guys a picture of that Casio guitar today.
Yeah,
right?
we need to put that on the spreadsheet.
That's the shit. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, how much more there is to even say on
I
this
don't know.
song.
I'm getting sick of complimenting this guy. Let's play him out.
It's great. I've said it before, and it was probably kind of an in the moment thing. Like, this is my absolute favorite song. This is I would say just by far, and I love a lot of your songs.
Yeah, this is far and away.
This is just, I'm just like,
offside.
This guy fucking did it. Like,
Should we go watch Far and Away now?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, guys.
Tom Cruise's Australian accent. I mean, can we talk about that for a minute?
It takes place in Oklahoma, for God's sakes. Shout out to Oklahoma if you're listening.
Thank you to our listeners in Oklahoma. Well, I think we should get out of here then.
Yes. Phenomenal job, man.
Thank you guys so much.
Ooh, I took off 20 right off the back on the rubric. I gave you 50 points extra credit.
It's so great, like, this process and the fact that the three of us sit down in a room, we can again, or even talk about music, and something like this can come out of those conversations, which is essentially what happened.
Yeah, this song is because of
you
this.
would never
I
have
wouldn't
done
wrote
this song, and there's some songs of mine that I wouldn't have done without this podcast, and I'm so glad that we are riding it out and continuing to do it.
Ride in the storm.
You know, because it's, I'm sure, Patrick, same's with you. Like, you wouldn't probably make as much time for music if you didn't have this.
Oh, no way.
So,
No
right?
way.
So, like, I'm the same way. Like, I don't feel pressure. I just feel like, oh, I have to squeeze that into my life because this is something I want to and have to be doing.
And now I have a MIDI controller.
Right. And so, like, I want to thank you for that.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. Patrick, fuck you.
And BSers,
Just
thank
kidding.
you.
Just
and
kidding.
I would really like to work.
BSers, if you call in, leave a message that's something nice about Patrick, we'll send you a t-shirt. Oh, did you have to say something serious?
I really like you,
I was
Patrick.
trying to come up with an email that didn't exist to send the listeners to, but I froze.
You'll see it. on the
Patrick
edit.
Crane at cool.net.
.cu.
The cool is with a K and an umlaut.
No, kind of piggybacking off of Brad's statement there about this podcast and how it's helped us create music. I would love it if BSers, if you or anyone you know has a song or is working on anything that they would like to go through this process with us. That is something that we are open to.
Yeah.
Because it's hard to keep a song a week going for as long as we have and going into the future.
Think about before this process, like, I didn't learn or even pay attention to. I'm not a Berkeley graduate.
None of us could be except for Wade.
So I didn't pay any
fucking
attention to, like, even how the songwriting profession worked, right? And so, like, I think collaboration is the biggest part.
Yeah.
And when we're sitting in a room by ourselves, you don't have that. We've mentioned that before, but, like, songwriters get together. They just hash out ideas. They talk. Somebody's trailblazing upstairs. So, and then they just work out ideas.
Yeah.
And that's all this is. And you end up with content that's so much better than if you were to do it by yourself. And so if somebody's stuck or they don't know what to do, we might not solve any problems,
Right.
but maybe what we say will lead you down another road that you wouldn't have gone down. I think that's the thing.
Yeah, we still have at least 17 themes that went unpicked.
Right.
That's true.
Exactly right.
But if someone does want to go through this process with us, you know, it's something that we could possibly bring to the podcast. If you have songs that you've done and you would just like our opinion, send them to us. We'll listen to them. We won't put them on here. But if you have something that you are legitimately curious about collaborating with others with, you know, maybe it's something that we could do. And you can get a hold of us on our website, belongingsongs.com. Reach out. We'd be more than happy to help others go through this process because we're having such a good time doing it.
And if you want to be my friend, that's Patrick Crane at cool, K umlaut, L.net.
Can you put an umlaut in a website?
Yeah, I
Or
think
an
so.
email?
Only German ones.
Yeah.
.de.
Oh, love you, guy.
All right. We should get out of here. Did we talk about t-shirts yet on this episode?
Fuck if I know. That song's too
We've
good.
got
to even-
t-shirts.
Yeah.
Check out the website for that too. First generation tees, Belonging Songs font, Back to the Future font, Royal Blue tee.
Comfortable.
Yeah, if you want Uncle Dave to sign it, he will.
That's right. He's
Brad,
currently got them all on.
All the projects, music stuff that we've done in the past, these are our first t-shirts, so I'm pretty proud of them.
That is.
You did a nice job.
That was a
you.
good pick.
Shout out to the wife for picking out the color.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. What else do we have to do? Thank you, everyone who's left us a review. We greatly appreciate it. That helps us get out to more people. And if you have not done so, please do that. Also, blowing this outro. Man,
I think
got
you're
such
doing-
good,
Yeah, you were riding too high there,
got such
Icarus.
good feedback
Kid
on
Icarus.
that song. No, like, yep, melted my
Eggplant
wings.
Wizard got you. By the way, you can't beat that game.
I beat it.
Yeah, you've told me that, but it's all.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
oh my God! We
It's
are
all
joined
lies.
What the
live
fuck is going on
by
here?
the fan club chair.
I was on my way home and I heard that you guys were offering to write letters to people who leave reviews.
I believe
Yeah.
that was Patrick.
Yeah.
It was. And I I left a review. I didn't get a letter. I didn't get my T-shirts or my 10 CDs.
Did I say that was Patrick?
I just heard it. It was definitely.
Should I give her my shirt? You don't want to see what's under this thing.
I
Yeah.
don't, but
Brad has 5 nipples, but they're all stacked on top.
It's a train wreck under this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
I can get you one.
BSers, we have number 1 BSer in the house.
yes.
That's right.
Get this woman a
Sarah
microphone.
Watson.
A random barge.
I
Yeah.
don't even know what I'm going to say. Let me go get my notes.
Wade's good at editing. He's got to edit most of this episode because we complimented him.
All right.
Yeah, that's the problem with this
Is this
episode.
another you song?
Yes.
It's the hymn song.
Yeah.
Not just a hymn song.
Wait till you hear this song.
Is this the one that you said that he would be all about?
Nope.
Nope.
Now this is the best song he's written by 10.
No.
Yeah.
I would
Absolutely.
say better than by 10.
By 10?
This is like
I'm just listening
Wade's
to
best
the
song,
first
and then this
half of
is
the quarantine
bonkers.
one.
Where are you at? Shannon didn't like it.
What?
This is his best song ever. Like the rest of them were just.
No.
I don't know that he
Wait.
took it that way until you
Yeah.
said it.
Wow.
Shannon
Damn it.
knows exactly how his brain
I
works.
was
I
feeling
guess.
good, but now I'm feeling real
So
bad.
yeah, this song's like okay.
Yeah, I
but
wrote-
it's tenfold
I
better.
wrote
than
on
the
my
rest
notes,
of
I
his-
fucking love this song, but the rest are shit.
No, absolutely not the intent.
Finally got some paper.
We were right in front and back. It was getting down to the wire.
There was some speculation on the last podcast on who delivered that paper. Do you have any idea?
I don't, but
Let's
I am
go
very
looking for
happy.
Blues Clues. Let's go looking for Blues Clues.
Didn't he die?
Steve from Blue, that sounds like an urban legend.
No, one of the Blues Clues guys died.
No.
Swear to God.
Breaking news here on Belonging
What?
Songs.
Wait a minute.
Are you guys talking about the Blues Brothers?
Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
boom.
one of them's
First.
definitely dead. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Blues Brothers dead.
Yeah. A while ago.
Yeah.
While ago.
Replaced
Moody
with-
Blues? Are the Moody Blues okay?
Replaced with Goodman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moody Blues are fine.
Sarah, do you want to hear this song
I
live?
do. I really do.
Yeah, you
We
gotta
should
hear
probably
this
let
thing.
her hear it.
For real?
She's number one fan. Give
Number
her
one fan.
access. What the fuck?
Sneak peek.
Are we
You have
talking
the
about
microphone.
Trailblazers?
Oh God, I'm nervous.
Sit there, and then Wade's gonna play it, and
It'll
then
be
you're gonna
muted.
tell us what you think about it.
Oh yeah.
I'm no longer.
Is the
involved
volume
here,
good? This
so
is your
Brad, take
volume
over as
knob right here.
host. Tell the listeners what's happening.
We have Sarah is the number one fan. She actually does leave us regular feedback.
which
She just
we
barged
greatly
into the basement like she's Jean-Claude
Kick
Van
down the
Damme,
door. Yeah.
right? And she's sitting in the chair, and we're gonna give her full access
Oh, before the
to
police
Trailblazing.
She opened that door. What if there was a backdraft? I've seen that movie.
Right, yeah.
Which
We would all be
Baldwin
dead.
was that?
That was I want to say
Steven?
Steven. Yeah,
Yeah.
Steven.
All right.
All right, let's do this.
Join us next week for the Baldwin Hour.
Oh yeah.
Why don't we just do that now?
So wait till you hear this thing.
Yeah.
And you go Google the Blues.
Yeah. See if
Okay.
the Blues Cruise. Yeah. So.
I'm gonna go.
We're going to have
Wade's-
to edit that out if
Wade's
he's
been
really
demoted to research for the podcast. Sarah's the
dead.
new host.
Wade's
He's-
what
it's
we
over.
call peaked.
Yeah, it's
All right.
fucking over.
All right, somebody introduce this song.
We got to introduce it again?
Yeah.
We
All right,
already
so,
did it on the podcast.
Yeah. So for the third time, this is Trailblazing.
For fuck's sake, you give the
Do you
guy
want
one
us to go-
compliment.
Do you want us to go through the ingredients?
the irony
You
and all-
guys want to tell me what you
Right.
thought again?
For
Right.
the third time, Trailblazing. That seems
Trailblazing.
like a lot.
Thank you, Sarah.
Wade took the
we
rules for
go.
the ingredient song, flushed them down the toilet, and did
All
whatever
right.
he wanted.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I've been walking through the ruins of this world that was wasted for some years and who knows how many days. I haven't seen another person in a long time. The ones I knew have long since faded away. I'm all alone with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. I'm trailblazing. And I don't know where I'm going, but I'll get there. And since no one's waiting, I guess I won't be late. I'm all alone, with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. So many tears for so many friends. Each step is farther from the last time I'd see them again. I've been walking through the ruins of this world that was wasted for some years and who knows how many days. I haven't seen another person in a long time. The ones I knew have long since met their fate. I'm all alone, with just my thoughts to pass the time. I've got no home, just dusty and broken roads for miles. So many tears for so many friends, killed by the hubris and heartless thought of lesser men. Killed by the hubris and heartless thought of lesser men. But now they are all dead. I tracked and haunted them And now the world can start again. I'm trailblazing.
Yeah, it's too poppy. I'm already done with it.
So just by looking at your face and the lack of notes you wrote down, do you have anything to say at all?
Well, the last thing I wrote was wow.
Yeah.
You got a heart on there.
Did you get a wiggly chin during it?
Yeah, there's a little wiggly
I do,
chin,
and this
was
is
there?
why, and it's not even. Oh, sorry. How close am I supposed to
Right
say?
This is where Wade says, "Speak into the microphone, Sarah."
Okay, wait. I'm trying to say nice things. Wow. I wrote that I think you really hit your stride, and I feel like you've always been a genre rule bender. Like you didn't really fit in any one particular category. I wouldn't have been able to describe it, but when I heard that, it was like, oh yeah, this is where he's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
It just, it made sense. I feel like the fact that the title is called Trailblazing really
Blazin.
Oh, that's right. Okay. It really captures your reality and where you are right now in life. And I felt like it was vulnerable. It was lyrically beautiful and musically. That's why I loved the beginning and the end. And they were different. I don't know. I'd have to listen a couple more times for more specific feedback. But like I said, the last thing I wrote was wow.
We can do that. We're on list number 3, and I want to hear it more. So
No, we've already said our piece on
Yeah.
it, but it echoes exactly what you just said.
except you did a better job than we did.
Well, you have female
Well, I
genes.
always kind of do.
Does this say you're lit or you're hit?
Hit. I write in cursive.
Because Wade
It's
is
been a
lit.
while.
Mhm.
Oh,
AF.
with this song.
But I looked at your face when we were all done there. And that's like I told Wade if the song went on like another 30 seconds, I would have been all wiggly and
Brad and I locked
yeah.
eyes like it was a prom scene in
just-
a coming of age movie.
it was just, it set up a escape, right? Where like I saw the whole thing immediately. I felt the whole thing immediately. And I was just like, yeah, like that's what the kid needs to be writing.
So I think had I been in my car alone, I know I would have cried. Absolutely. But for me, it's because I understand kind of where you've been. And so that's why. And knowing who wrote this, I think that's why, to me, it hit me. I think it's beautiful.
Same.
Yeah. I think it's interesting too, because Wade, I don't think you set out to make this autobiographical, but it definitely is.
No, I didn't. I think at the beginning of the episode, I think I said I kind of wrote a story instead of doing that because that is my normal default to do the autobiographical kind of
I think,
thing.
what's that quote? Like, fiction is truth's best friend or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Wow.
I've talked about that with mine before where I write them as a story, but I like to make it so they could be about me if you think it that way, right? So I think that's something he probably did without knowing it. Obviously, if you're writing a story, part of you is going to be in the story, whether you're trying to have it there or not. So.
Right. Every detail doesn't have to be
Absolutely.
like when it said, no one's waiting, so I won't be late.
Oh, look at that.
Like-
the same favorite lyric we all
beautiful.
picked out.
I mean, I know there's always somebody waiting for you at home, and I know that you are loved and all of that. But again, it's the feel, it's the overarching theme. That's where it comes through. And I think that's what makes for beautiful songwriting is when you can write a song like you do, Brad, that's about this
episode's
story.
about my song.
Yeah,
Okay, but
don't
I'm
flip
just
this
saying,
thing.
but when you write a song, you have this weird ability to hear a story and then write a song about it. But people can connect to it on all different levels. And that's always showcased when you guys can't figure out what it's about because
I thought that just meant I was really dumb.
no, it just means that you're doing a good job because people will be able to relate to it on a personal level.
So I've got a problem with all this, Brad. We're replaceable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's better than us.
and,
yeah.
and you know I live
That's
2 houses
right.
down,
Yeah,
right?
right.
She's very close, too.
Yeah.
Her belonging songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could do podcasts anytime with you guys.
I work from home, you know.
Fuck.
Yeah, it's bad.
Make sure you leave a shitty review for this episode, guys. No, I think it's great that you barged in here
Heck
and got
yeah.
to listen.
Yeah.
That's fun as hell because I think that's a song that people need to hear as fast as possible.
Yeah, we need to launch that from the rooftops with our hot dog cannon.
So you've done nothing to this yet?
No, that's what we got. I don't think it needs anything other than the electric part is, I think, let's use your word that you like, skosh. Too loud?
No, I love skosh. It's
Skosh
such a
is
good one.
good.
Patrick, you're talking about the big,
Yeah, the big
where the distortion
big
comes
swell.
in.
I don't know how many octaves this amp is set for each click, but I felt like one click down almost leveled it out right where I wanted it.
So this is where you guys get to the part
meant to
that
say
I don't
decibels, not
understand.
octaves. I know music.
So I'm going to go
Speed
ahead
up a
and
couple octaves.
I'm just going to go
Like
ahead and
Boogie
pass these headphones back over, and
No,
I'll just hear this part.
I think that's awesome that you barged in.
Yeah,
Badass.
no problem.
Yeah, and you hit all the things that we built on. So yeah. You need to come on more. We do need to know a couple things if you're going to be barging in here, though. What's your LaCroix flavor?
So I'm off the LaCroix right now. I actually brought them
Ooh, she's
all.
off the
no,
LaCroix.
it was.
How'd you kick it?
I had to because
Sore
I
subject,
ended up
Patrick.
in
Way to
the
go.
ER from
Oh,
some stomach issues.
Thanks
But
a lot, Patrick.
I did bring them all down here.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did get a couple cases.
Mhm.
all right. Because I have to go to Betty Ford if I'm ever going to kick this
All right,
habit.
so pre all whatever.
What
What's
was
the
your
default?
flavor?
Like you can still answer the fucking question.
All right,
Sarah.
all right, that's fair. That's fair.
If you say lemon, you're never coming back.
Oh God, why is lemon even a flavor?
Because wet naps have to be moistened with something.
Right. You're right. You're right. I actually really like the store brand.
Oh, that's fine.
Berry, like the Walmart.
Just berry?
Berry.
All right.
Yeah, and then I like the what is it, passion fruit or something? If I'm gonna
Interesting.
get all bougie and buy brand name,
Walmart's, if you're listening, and that's how you know we're from Michigan, is we add nest to everything.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep, the Myers.
The Myers.
Then we say Warsh.
Warsh.
I don't say that.
No one says Warsh.
Nobody says that.
Hi, I'm from Michigan.
Well, I'm gonna head out so I can.
Well, hold on.
Well,
Why don't
okay.
you stay here for while we wrap this up?
Okay.
You want
Let's
to
do
take us out?
it. What do I do?
Well, if you're like Wade, you just totally bomb it.
Yeah.
Just do your best, guys.
No, I would like to thank Sarah for coming in here today and for repeatedly leaving us feedback and reviews because it's helped to make this podcast so much better, and we appreciate it so much. So we're going to take her upstairs, give her a free T-shirt.
Woo woo!
And
That we've already promised.
that we've already
several
promised.
times.
Yeah. We've already given them all away on the air.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we appreciate it so much. And maybe you'll hear more from Sarah in the future.
I hope
We
so.
certainly
would
hope
also
so.
be neglecting if we didn't say that you've made the podcast better.
I think
Didn't I
Wade
just say
said
that?
I
We
don't
can
know- I
we
don't
can
know.
edit that
Did
out.
he say that?
Yeah.
No,
I was
didn't hear
I was
it.
over
in
here.
different words.
I was
but,
away from
but
the
thank
microphone.
You had headphones on.
I was over here. I couldn't hear him.
All right, before Brad screws this up anymore, we better get out of here.
Wait, did we thank Sarah?
Were you guys gonna thank me or?
Yeah, when
is this
Sarah's here,
awkward?
it's really kind of a imagery, visual, hot lava kind of thing.
The
right.
podcast is a lot better looking down here now. So
I
It
can't,
smells better, I'll tell you that.
I can't
yeah.
wait to write feedback on this episode.
okay, BSers, thank you so much for listening. We will see you here.
Check out social media. Tell them the social media.
Yeah, wow.
Brad's losing it. This is going to be another half hour of just laughter.
Sorry.
Yes, you can check us out on Instagram. We are trying to post there weekly with things that relate to the episodes. So search Belonging Songs on Instagram. You'll find us there. As always, you can go to our website, listen to the before and after versions of all our songs.
Brad's
losing
laughing. Brad's laughing like
Brad's
he's a suburban dad in New Balances.
Patrick, can you
seeing
get-
the Budweiser frog commercial for the first time.
Can you start recording him so we can put this on Instagram?
Oh, it's the Geico rat. Geico rat got me. It's a rat problem.
This episode is produced by Satellite Chicken Sound Lab. Check out satellitechicken.com if you or anyone you know needs help producing a podcast. As always, thank you so much. We'll see you again here next week.
Yeah, it's good. Boom, done. Next.